Thank you. OBS scene changing wasn't changing. So, was it yesterday? I think it was yesterday. I think it was yesterday. I streamed yesterday, didn't I? Pretty purple. Yeah, hopefully I'm going to be using those blocks. That's the amethyst. I'm hopefully going to start using some of those blocks and really build with it. So, yesterday... Ignore that. Help me out. Yesterday we finished the villager farm over here. I say it's a villager farm. It's not actually a villager farm. It's a farm powered by villagers. So we finished that yesterday. Actually, now I look at this. This looks really nice. I really like it. We obviously need to do in here, this room in here. Which will probably be the next decorative job. And then down here... in that direction, somewhere down there. It's either down there or down there. I think there might be a bit of space. No, there won't be any space anyway. But yeah, down here, maybe in this square here, I will have the melon and pumpkin farm. And... yeah, that will then all go into the storage system, which I'm going to put in today, which will be... here. First off, I'm actually thinking I want to lower this a couple of blocks, so we lower this down to maybe here, because then that would mean that the storage room is at the right path. Might mean that we have to move this villager. But yeah, if we also lower it down to like, if we lower it down to this level, what do I have down here? So that actually links in down here as well, which is actually really handy. So maybe we can get this to join and link up a little bit more, because then we've got access to another path. Dual RL10 is nice. So yeah, that's what I would like to do today. I would like to get this storage system working out. We need to like figure out what we're going to be having, what we need to store here. So we need wheat, we need seeds. So wheat, seeds, probably 2 lots of potatoes, 2 lots of carrots, melons and pumpkins, and then bone meal at the back, because any excess stuff needs to go through the bone meal and needs to be bone mealed. I don't think that's enough space, because what if I want to add other farms onto this? Speaking of Minecraft, apparently 1.18 is getting some other things. Supposedly, T-Man. I try not to look at the news. They've disappointed me with this last update, so I'm kind of a little bit bummed out with Minecraft, I'll be honest. Even though we're playing it a lot more. I'm in the mood to play it, but I've been very disappointed with this update. But yeah, someone else was telling me all like everything that they were adding. I'm like, I'm not so sure I care. Do you know what? Hang on a sec. I'm gonna go and get a drink, a hot drink. I don't set my expectations. Right. Bear with me. I'll tell you what. Let's... How many of these do we have? 6. 5. Not got many. That's the, by the way, that's the redstone that I'm going to be doing for the big melon and pumpkin farm. We were messing around with it yesterday. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go and stand here. And you can watch the villager for a little bit. I just need to go and take a quick break. Well, I'll be like real quick. I'll be as fast as possible. So just bear with me. Okay, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry. I just wanted to get a hot drink. So there we go, villager. What has he done? Has he still... has he been planting? Because I left loads of gaps in this one. At least we have candles to make it look realistic. Speaking of Minecraft, apparently realistic cave lighting for candles. Would you know what? I like the lanterns for the cave lighting. I'm not gonna lie, I think the lanterns are quite a nice block. Did not notice. What, the gaps? I purposefully left potato gaps on this one so that we could monitor and gradually watch the potatoes come through. These did get to grow. Villager planting. Yeah, I need to get a bee farm going. Or some sort of bee farm. So this is the problem now, because I'm going to want to pull this back a little bit. Definitely going to need to find a new home for that. I'm not sure what I'm going to do. Alright, let's take out this whole layer first. Oh, I really wish I had a beacon. Yeah, I haven't actually made any candles yet. I haven't made any candles yet. I'm kind of thinking that maybe the best thing for me to do is hollow out where the whole area is gonna go. So right now we've got a backlog. We've got a backlog of carrots. Like, a crazy backlog of carrots. And if I take that down, there'll be a potato in there, look. So we've also got backlogs of potatoes too. Maybe just dump a bunch of these. I don't have villagers that will... I don't have any villagers that I can sell the carrots to. Because this guy doesn't do carrots. Let's go and get another one of those villages, shall we? I don't know if there's any left here. No, there's none left. I'll tell you what, let's give these guys a bunch of carrots. And then we'll put the rest of the carrots in here for the time being. I'll just get a torch spam down here too. Because I can... Hey Gandalf, how's it going? Because I can sell at least some of these potatoes that we've got. But you know what? I know where I'm going to take those potatoes from. Maybe we should have sorted the sorting system first. That might have been better. How are you, Gandalf? You're tired? That's not a good sign. Alright, let's go and sell these potatoes. Hey, Dop, how's it going, my dude? You're more tired? There we go. Easy, quick way of getting rid of potatoes. He's quite a good villager. Even though he buys the wheat, I don't want to sell the wheat to the villagers, I don't think. Jesus, like, I don't know if that's even gonna... Okay. Tell you what, let's go and make some baked potatoes real quick, because I know I was running out of food, so let's do a stack of baked potatoes. Am I playing vanilla or modded? Completely vanilla. I always play vanilla. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking we have... I think I leave this space, because this space is going to be really difficult to mess around with. And we have storage in this kind of like room. We have storage that goes here, storage that goes here. The storage that goes here and here needs to be just the potatoes and the carrots, I think. Because we've got so much of that, it's just... It's gonna be crazy. We got so much. What are those purple stones? Purple stones. Purple stones? Which purple stones? These? These are amethyst shards. Oh, this up here, yeah. Amethyst shard. Yeah, this was from the latest update. It's the latest update. They don't really do much. They're more decorative than anything. And then I'm thinking on this side, we have a bunch of villagers that we can just go in and trade with. Right, and then this can be our trading room. And I might block this off. I'm not sure yet. I don't know. I need to think out how I'm going to decorate this and how I'm going to make it look. I might get rid of the portal and just open up the whole wall. It just being purple. Yeah, these blocks are very decorative blocks, but the shards themselves have one function. Actually, two functions. So the shards themselves, you can make... I don't think I've got any. You can make tinted glass. So this tinted glass here. So if I put this here, you can see inside that piece of stone that is underneath it. This piece of stone here goes grey. That's because it blocks light. So this glass blocks light. So you can see through things and then create like mob farms underneath. So if I did this and this, and put that over the top. I don't know where all the pistons have gone. Like that, right? That's now pitch black in there. Things will spawn in that place in there. And we can monitor that, we can watch it, and at some point there will be something that spawns in there, right? So that's the tinted glass. And the great thing with tinted glass is you don't need silk touch to pick it up. So you can use amethyst shards for that. The amethyst shards themselves here, they also make the block of amethyst. But the thing is with the amethyst shards, they only grow. They're really difficult to grow and cultivate. What else do the amethyst shards make? The amethyst shards make something else as well. Here, I'll show you how the amethyst shards grow. They're really rare. And you can't farm them. I will show you. Oh, this way maybe? Could be this way. This way. So they grow in... So these spawn naturally throughout the world, right? These spawn naturally throughout the world. And every so often you get these like little... these blocks here. These blocks. Which you cannot silk touch. You can't move them. You can't piston move them. So pretty much these little areas, like that will grow. You can silk touch these. So you can silk touch those and you can re-put those down. And these things grow back in stages, right? And they only grow naturally on these blocks here. So they're really annoying to farm. At some point I need to come through this one here and just like make it so that all the air blocks, like for instance, this air block here is exposed and that's exposed, because then more of these amethyst shards will generate. Like that kind of thing. So that will now generate amethyst block all the way around. I've got so much junk in my inventory. I need to go and put some in those barrels that I saw. So that's the amethyst shard. Yeah. And this is the amethyst cluster, the geodes they're called. They're called geodes. Around the geode you get a new block called calcite. That's this white stuff. I really like this calcite. I think it looks really nice. But it's really hard to come by. This is the only place that it spawns in. You can't generate it. And you also get smooth basalt, which you can generate. You can generate in the nether. And there is a way of making basalt. There's redstone over there. So yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Don't need the button. So yeah, that's an amethyst shard. Oh, I know what it is. I know what the other thing is that spawns. Here, I'll show you. Since when were these blocks in the game? Since the newest update. 1.17. Oh, also this deep slate as well. This is new. I will say, Gandalf, the brown things on the ground. Brown things on the ground. Dirt. I didn't see any brown things on the ground. I can't think what they are. That's new. That's lichen. That's new. Trying to think what else is new. So I've kind of gotten used to all the new stuff now. Brown things on the ground. Do you mean this? This is just dirt. That's just dirt. Oh, wait, no, you mean this dripstone. This, right? This? Yeah, this is dripstone. So this is quite interesting. This dripstone, this is dripstone blocks. And you can generate this, so you can farm this stuff. But I'm not a huge fan of it. But one of the fun properties of if you land on it, you take damage. But I'm not a huge fan of the dripstone. I think it's a bit pointless. It's a bit of a pointless one. The 1.17 update has been a lot of pointless stuff added. It's just been like a bunch of crap, basically. It's just like, oh, here, have this piece of crap. Oh, there are babies in there. Good. That means that we can make some trading villages. Yeah, let's go and trade these potatoes. I don't want them. Thank you. So hopefully that answers your question there, Gandalf. The only thing I know about 1.17 is the bedrock is lower. That is incorrect, Gandalf. The bedrock is not lower. They decided not to do it in the end. Which is why the 1.17 update has been so disappointing, because they did a big update with like caves and cliffs, but then they've now split it into two. So bedrock will get changed in 1.18 now. Basically, empty promises, which is what Mojang is starting to get really good at doing. Empty promises. All the ores have changed as well. I'll get used to them, but I'm still not a fan of the new ore blocks. So look, this is iron now. Iron breaks down into this. So you can fortune iron. That breaks down into raw iron, and then you smelt raw iron into iron. Then there's also this. Which breaks down into copper, which you can smelt. And that creates copper block. And this, when exposed to air, will oxygenate and eventually will turn into that. Don't know anything about the new update, yeah. And then this, you can get an axe and take the layer of oxygenation off. So that's all the different stages you get to make them back to there. And you can add beeswax to this so that it doesn't change states. But yeah, if I leave this out, if I leave the copper out, it will slowly turn green. That's a cool feature. I really like the copper. The copper blocks are really nice. Haven't had a chance to use this in any builds yet, so I'll have to think about that. But I need a bee farm to be set up first. I need to figure out a bee farm for the beeswax. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. See, what I'm thinking is we do copper only for decoration. The only thing that you can do out of copper is make something called a lightning rod, which I'm sure you can figure out what that does. So you can make a lightning rod. but that's it. Oh, and you can also cut this copper up, right? So if we get this, that could be cut into cut copper slab, cut copper stairs. So you do have limited shape. But yeah, there's this lightning rod. That is for when it's lightning. The lightning will be attracted to the lightning rod and come to the lightning. I think eventually the idea is that you can power redstone with this sort of thing. However, they didn't implement it because they didn't implement everything that they promised. Because another thing that they promised they were going to do was do a bit of a redstone update. And they didn't do that. They promised that they were going to do a lot of stuff, Gandalf, and they've only ended up putting like scraps and pieces and all sorts of rubbish in. It's all disjointed. It's not a cave and a cliff update. Oh, we've also got goats now as well, which are like completely useless. I don't like the goats. I had some goats and I buried them because they were irritating. They did not change cave generation. No. It was the cave and the cliff update where they didn't change any of the generation. They just added useless blocks. Now the deep slate, in my opinion, so this deep slate down here is probably the best addition they've made. This was the best. This deep slate. So this naturally generates in little areas like this. It's a lot tougher to get through. And it looks phenomenally good. I love this deep slate. This deep slate's beautiful. This deep slate. That's very decoration, although there's no... Goats have moved. Yeah, I put them in a massive hole underneath. I caged them away because I didn't want them. I didn't want them, Cyan. I nearly murdered them, I'll be honest. But they are completely useless. They're completely useless. I have not... They don't do anything. They just make a noise. Dark blacks that aren't obsidian and coal. Well, yeah, that and blackstone, right? So blackstone's pretty good, but that came in the last update. No, I really like the deep slate. The deep slate is the shade, a dark shade of grey that has been needed for a while. I see we're not going to be able to do things today. I don't have any. There's no, nothing there. So they must have came through the portal, these Endermen. At some point we need to really explore this nether and go out and find all sorts of bastions and stuff. We really haven't... I haven't been messing around with this. The only thing I went to get in the nether was the crimson wood. So we need to do that. There's a... there's a goat. I see a goat. Yeah, I was going to be like the master of the goats and everything, and then I realized very quickly that they were completely useless. These things. Like the worst. The worst thing. More useless than bees. Think I know what blackstone is. Yeah, blackstone's pretty nice. I like blackstone. Well, blackstone is the, I think, the darkest, and then you've got the deep slate, which is like a lighter black, grey color, and then you've got like so this is normal deep slate, this, and then you cobble it if you pick it up with a well, so this is silk touch, right? So that's your normal deep slate. So that's lighter. Then it gets cobbled. In fact, I think I've got all the different ones here, so I don't actually have normal deep slate there. So the normal deep slate would be this. And this, so that's the normal deep slate. That's a really interesting texture. That's the cobbled, so that's actually lighter than the normal deep slate. Then you've got like this chiseled deep slate. We've got deep slate tiles, deep slate bricks, and polished deep slate. And there's lots of different shades in there. I again, really like this. Can you kill them for food or milk? I think you can milk the goats. They do not drop food. So basically, they are useless. They don't drop anything if you kill them. They have no drop, the goats. At least not what I am aware of. Oh, I don't know if I can be bothered to do this sorting system today now. Oh, it's because I know it's going to be a mammoth of a task. Alright, I'll tell you what I want to do first. Let's go from this bit. Okay, so that can go there. So that block is the water stream. I want to take that water stream, really. I want to go in this direction. Oh, take these. Okay, so that would be the exit point there. That was actually bang on. I managed to get that bang on in the middle. So then that means that the water stream needs to also be on that line. That's perfect. I've lined that up really well. Then. Excellent. Yeah, I've managed to line that up really well. So we're going to need loads of ice going through this bit and dropping down. I'm going to just fill this in. It's filled in. I don't have to worry about it. I'm gonna leave the chests can get moved. Do you know what is probably gonna be better is make sure I've got the resources to be able to do this. Oh, I've got no idea. Oh, I've got so much junk knocking around. Ugh. See, this is one of the real bad issues with the new update, is that now we've got so many blocks. Like, I thought the last update was bad, but this update was just like... We've just got so many blocks now that... Good luck ever doing a sorting system that can sort all of this junk that actually fits into a good space. They really need to sort out the inventory systems. The inventory system is like the biggest, stupidest thing about Minecraft right now. Because we've got, what, like 700 blocks, and that doesn't include items. That's just like full blocks. It's stupid how many there are. So then your storage rooms just become so big. We shot each other. hate this. Okay, let's do this. Do you know what I just realized? I don't have looting on my sword. That's like the one thing I don't have. Can I sleep now? Thank you. And missed. Good. Ha! Will you die? Thank you. Might have a few arrows in me. Okay, well, if we need... Well, we need chests, don't we? So let's start... Is there... Let's start breaking down some trees, I guess. Oh, damn. But yeah, basically Mojang, when they did this update, they promised a lot of things and they didn't deliver. As far as I'm concerned, they haven't delivered. They haven't delivered with the 1.17 update. Now, it is important to know, and I do say this every time I'm critical of the update, it is a free update, right? It's free. You don't have to pay for it. There's no DLC. There's no micromanagement, micro charges, or anything like that. It's a free update. If you've already got the game, you get the update. And it's cross-platform as well, right? So it's not just PC on Java that get the update. Bedrock also got the same update. Although Bedrock's a completely different game anyway. But that's the point, right? It's, However, when a studio promises something and they can't deliver on it, it's a little bit like, well, that was anticlimactic, you know. They built up so much hype for the 1.17 update. I don't know whether Mojang built up the hype or whether it was the community, and then they didn't deliver. And I get it. COVID. But just take extra time, you know. If you're gonna release the stuff at some point, and why am I getting oak leaves? Oh, it would be from the silk touch. I'm not sure I'm going to be streaming for too long today. I'm actually pretty tired. I didn't realize I was this tired today. I didn't realize I was this tired. I haven't necessarily had a super long day at work either. It hasn't been stressful. It's quite relaxed at the moment at work, so... but I'm not quite feeling... I'm not quite feeling as motivated as what I thought I was to play Minecraft right now. But then again, I also don't know what I want to play. If I did decide to swap games. You know what I mean? Huh, look at that. Already grown. At some point, I need to get bee generation going. So we need to generate some bees. How hot is it in England? It's raining. It's raining right now, 15 degrees C. And raining. So, it's not hot. Also rains in the Netherlands. Yeah. I think, well, you guys are very close to us, right? So you get very similar weather fronts that we get, Cyan. But, what was I saying? What was I saying? Can't remember what I was saying. But yeah, no, I think there's a northern wind coming in. So it's there's currently quite like a wind storm at the moment. Stormy weather. And that's what we're experiencing in the UK. Lots of rainfall, lots of wind, high gale force winds kind of thing, you know. That's kind of what is happening at the moment in the UK. With our weather. Oh, I've got loads of wood up here. I didn't realize I had wood up here. We should probably take that down into the base. I've also got like iron axes up here that I need to use. Should we chop down that as well? Or should we do the spruce? Well, I'll tell you what, let's get rid of all this crap first. And I only recently found these saplings. Whoops. Should we put the leaves in? No, I think we're okay. I think we'll keep the leaves. Try and recycle everything, because you never know when things are going to come in. Right, let's do the spruce. So I think the only wood I'm missing... The only wood I'm missing, I think... is the jungle wood. I haven't found any jungle wood yet. Because I don't know where the jungle biome is. We don't have any bamboo either. We need a wandering trader to come and sell us the bamboo. My eyes are starting to really hurt as well. I might have to call it, chat. I'm getting a headache. I'm getting a really bad headache. I'm sorry I didn't get to do any of the storage system that I wanted to do. You've got a headache. Yeah, my eyes are hurting. I've not had this issue in a while. Wonder if it's weather related. It could be weather related. I'll tell you what, let's finish chopping down all of the spruce. I don't know. I did used to get it quite a lot when I played Minecraft, so I wonder if there's something not right with my visual settings. Rain makes you trash. I don't know. I think it's also got very low light in this room as well. If I turn on a light, that might help. Not sure. It's gotten very dark outside, so it could be that. I think it's Minecraft. I think there's something wrong with the video settings. I don't know what it is. Maybe because it does seem to happen a lot when I play Minecraft. It's usually like when I'm doing really menial tasks, like chopping down trees. Which is why I can't necessarily play Minecraft for like long periods of time. I played F1 2021 with Rob last night. That was fun. Had a lot of fun doing that. I think we're hoping to do a campaign mode together, but I don't think I'm going to stream that. So that will be over on his channel, potentially. I don't know. I don't want to speak for him, but I think he wanted to stream it. So if anyone's interested in watching us go through a campaign mode, it'd be very similar to how I did the 2020 campaign. Apart from it'll be 2 of us, and we won't be able to use flashbacks. So if we crash, we crash. I don't think we'll do the full races either. I think I might see if we can push for 50% races, 50% race. Because I like doing the long duration races, but it's whether or not he has the time. The 25% races are quite fun, but yeah, it's less about the strategy of when to pit in the 25% races. So everyone's pitting at the same time, whereas in a 50% race, you might be able to do like two pit stop strategy or something. Do soft, mediums instead of the medium then hard. But we need to work it out. But basically, we were just trying it last night to see if Well, because he's new to the game, we wanted to see if he could race at my speed. Oh, he can. Yeah, he's fine. He's fine. He's actually pretty good. Saying he's never played an F1 game before. You know. Wow, we got loads of spruce wood there. Right, let's put the spruce saplings back in. 1, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Whoops. Do. See if we can get any more saplings. It's good that spruce is this good though, because I use spruce a lot. Like, spruce is probably my favorite wood. Next to maybe dark oak. Dark oak's pretty nice. I'm gonna put that in there. We'll save that because that's kind of rare at the moment. We'll take that. I'll put the leaves in. Nice. And the sticks. But the oak logs we'll take with us because we're gonna turn that into... In fact, you know what? Yeah, because I wanted to turn a lot of this into chests and stuff, didn't I? So let's go and take those down. Turn it into chests. Oh, there's a melon. Melons in there. Are any pumpkins like that have escaped? Oop. There probably was. I've probably lost stuff in that farm, but it's only meant to be a simple farm, so. I'm gonna keep the spruce wood because I use that in building a lot. We'll keep the dark oak, but the oak that I've got here and the birch that can all get turned into. Oh, we've got leaves down here. Okay. We can turn all of this into chests. Don't need any more than a stack of chests, dummy. I don't think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I might need more than a stack. Because I'm gonna get through this so quick. Ah. Why are you laughing, Cyan? Why are you laughing? Laughing at me with my stack of chests? I definitely need more than a stack of chests. Definitely need more than that. There we go, another stack of chests, so that can be hoppers, 4 hoppers. Make more chests. Let's make more chests. Let's make more chests. One more. Stack and a half. So expensive. There we go. That should be enough chests, right? We reckon. So we need to turn a lot of this into hoppers as well. Where's the inputs? The input would be on that level there. That's not necessarily where the input's going to be, but that's the level of the input. I've got to be careful with this. I'm thinking, which is a very dangerous thing. Okay, I know how I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that's how. I'm gonna create a loop. We also need the melons as well. Do you know what I've... Do you know what I am gonna do, actually? I'm gonna put these back in place on this side. Ah. Shortly lurk and make food, but highs anyways. I'm not going to be around for much longer anyway, Animal, but hey man, thanks for stopping by, dude. Are you all good for Phoenix tomorrow? There we go. And then we're gonna need even more than this. More than that. Need so much room. Yeah, you're ready. You're good for Phoenix, okay. Alright, let me just break through this way so then we can start work on hoppers. And we'll also break through this way as well. So this can do hoppers too. I think I'm gonna cake line these, so we'll get a bunch of cake and line it all up together with the water stream. I need to actually, you know what I need to do before I place the hoppers on? I need to make sure that I've got enough room for redstone and this side will be fine. I'm worried about the redstone on that side because the water stream will be going over the top of that. So I'm not sure I've got enough room. You're gonna lurk? Okay. No worries, man. I don't know. I think this is an issue for another day now at this point, because I need to kind of visualize how I'm doing this. Sorting systems, man, like, that's one of the worst things to be doing. But, like, once this is done and this is all good, then we've got instant access to, like, all the carrots and stuff that we want. See, I feel like that needs to be wider. And then over on this side is where the villagers will be for our trading. For melons, pumpkins, carrots, and wheat, potatoes. How's this potato farm going? There's a few bits that you're missing, mate. There's a few bits that is missing. How's that guy over there? Let's go and get my zoomificator. Spyglass. Oh yeah, this was the other thing that you make with amethyst shards. I knew there was something else. This thing. Which isn't that good. It's fine, it's not amazing. How's he doing? He looks okay. The other guy looks okay as well. Kind of regret leaving the diorite there now that I've got this. Villager spotted. In the wild, the villager runs free. But he's not productive. Maybe collecting one piece of potato at a time. In captivity, the villager becomes more productive. Look at him stare at the wall. This is his life now. Inferior Optifine. So this works alongside of Optifine, so you can do like a mega zoom. You can do a mega zoom with this. So Optifine works alongside this. I don't have Optifine installed. It's the legit way, yeah. I don't have Optifine. I don't see the point in Optifine. What's the point, like... Why was there a birch sign there? That's not a good sign, is it? Uh-oh, did I break something? Oh, I have. I know what that birch sign's there for. I'm gonna regret this. Oh wait, no, hold on. Never mind. The sign doesn't need to be here. Well, now I'm stuck in my own, in a thing of my own doing. Oh, and I can't get out either without breaking things. Help? I don't have any ender pearls, do I? Oh, you idiot. Fine. We'll have to go up this way. Ugh, got so much crap in my inventory. Ah! I walk away and he gets stuck. Womble needs supervision. I'm really tired, actually, to be fair. To be fair, in my defense, I'm super mega tired right now. Womble doesn't need supervision. Womble needs to go to bed. I realize I'm kind of like drony a little bit. I'm not as energetic as I normally am. I'm really lethargic today. We'll do this and then we'll finish. Have you seen this farm animal? Have you seen this? I think you will appreciate. I think you will appreciate this farm that I made. I don't know if you saw this. This is definitely an animal-friendly farm, I think. Manual labor. You hit a button, it does all the collecting, and all you have to do is do the replanting. I actually really enjoy this. I'm actually really pleased with this farm, because it's just a silly... Whoops. Just a silly farm. This is like my first farm that I did on this save. My first proper farm. So you get into fly mode. Crawl mode. It's a crawl mode farm. And everyone was yelling at me to make this a villager farm and make it automatic and things like that. It's like, you can't do that with wheat. We found this out the hard way. Too much automation. I mean, have you seen the rates I've been getting on my carrot and potato farm, dude? I've already got full chests. That's it now. Like, the chests are full. I'm never gonna use the carrots and potatoes. Never use water for this. What do you use? How would you use for this? What would you use for this? I used water streams here because you use lava. I use water streams here, in all seriousness, instead of doing like the lighting trick. Because you can turn off the lights and then they automatically all harvest, right? But I use water here because I suppose I could have put the redstone torches there. By hand, of course. Ugh. Boo! Boo! Freaking harvest things by hand. If I could make a way of replanting these seeds and collecting the wheat instead of the bread, I would absolutely do it that way. Well, Optifine is oops. Oops. No, I don't use Optifine. I used to use it, but then it went out of date, and then it reminded me the exact reason why I never use mods, because I get used to a mod and then it goes out of date, and then it's a pain. So I either have to wait for the new thing to load up and play it without the mod, play the game without the mod vanilla, and I get disappointed, or I play the old version and have to wait for the new update. Like, it just makes me disappointed all the time. So that's why I don't use mods. Ever. Ever, 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 ever. All the more reason not to use mods, because you just miss them when they're gone. Optifine is good when you play on a potato. I play with potatoes, look. Hey, villager, there are potatoes over here that need harvesting and planting. Useless. .8 experimental. Is that out? There's no snapshots or anything though, is there? No, no snapshots. Experimental snaps. Nope. There's nothing on the launcher. Have to be installed through their site. I really wish they wouldn't do that. Just, Mojang, just pay people to do it for you. Do closed beta, dude. Like... That's the exact reason why everyone's disappointed with this update. Was because they put so much stuff in the snapshots and then they took them all out. Mojang, just sort your shit together and do it properly. It's all so that they can ring up hype for the game, and I'm anti-hype. I don't like hyping up new stuff because it just spoils the game. Spoils it. Have you seen this? I did, yes. I saw that. It looks good. Now you just need to fill those rooms with something. Paid beta testing costs too much money, I would think. Well, no. Closed betas don't cost anything. I've been part of closed betas before. I don't get paid. You volunteer to be part of closed betas, but the thing with closed betas is that you have to sign a non-disclosure agreement so that people can't talk about it outside of the Mojang community. So you wouldn't be able to like stream that or anything like that because it's closed. Closed off to the public. And basically the idea in closed betas is that I know where they're coming from now. Recently I've had like random zombies and stuff just appearing and I could not figure out where they were coming from, and I've just seen that dark spot up there. It might get rid of it. Are there any more places like that? It might be up there as well. But yeah, no, closed betas are the way to go. It just stops the expectation hype train, because basically people can't talk about it outside of, like, say, the closed beta Discord. But the problem with Minecraft is that you've got a bunch of trolls. So, you would have to open it to trusted people only, right? Like, members of the community that you would trust and that you know who they are. They can't be open to just anyone to sign up for it. So the way around it is you have to sign up with a known Mojang account. Then if anything gets leaked, they know where it's being leaked from. And they can ban them and remove them from the community. Which is what... And then present legal action, because most companies that do closed betas will actually follow through with the legal action. I haven't used that in a long time. Spent all that effort doing it and then never used it. No. I wish they would do more closed betas than like these experimental snapshots and snapshot 1.18 dot something or whatever. I really wish they would do it that way. Snapshots spoiled the game. Absolutely, snapshots spoiled the game. 100% they do. But the community will complain that they're gone. Well, they're not gone, because it's just closed beta, Gandalf, right? So if it was closed beta, then anyone in the community can sign up for a closed beta. It's just that when they're in the closed beta, they've got to sign a non-disclosure agreement so that it's not being... So that the areas of the new game isn't being released before Mojang are ready for it to be released, which would have solved the whole 1.17 issue. So imagine this, right? Mojang say, right, the next update is Caves and Cliffs. We're working on a closed beta now, which is where the snapshots come in. Anyone in the community, you can apply. You've got to sign in with your Mojang account, and it's got to be a verified Mojang account. Then that makes it vulnerable, right? So that if someone leaks stuff, then they can just remove them from the Mojang stuff. Sounds like a lot of hassle. The current model works well. Incorrect. It does not work well. Look at what happened with this update, Turing. Like, so many... anyone that I've spoken to about this update have been utterly disappointed. And that's because they promised things. There were things that were in the snapshot. Things that were in the snapshot that obviously didn't get put into the final game. So then it gets to the point where the company is breaking promises, right? However, 98% of the community will be gone. No, I don't think so. Because then you've got the other side of the community that will be looking forward to the new updates. Now, however, there are drawbacks to closed beta. There is a little bit of maintenance involved. But the thing is, why would you do the snapshots anyway? Why do you do the snapshots as a company? Because you want the feedback. Well, if you're getting the feedback from trusted members of the community, then that means that the feedback is going to be much more concise. Imagine someone like Il Mango, who has direct feedback to the Minecraft, or like the Psycraft community going direct feedback to Mojang, and they're the experts of Minecraft are the ones that get to do the closed betas and things like that. That would be great. Although the problem is that with high-profile people like that, they'll probably ask for X amount of funds, and that's when it gets expensive, which is what you don't want, because at the end of the day, like, to play devil's advocate for the 1.17 update, I don't necessarily agree with this, and I shouldn't complain too much with 1.17, but the 1.17 update is free. It's free to use. Anyone that has the game, I've had this game for years and years and years, I've been getting free update all the time. Free. What game after release gets free updates, right? I don't think it's hassle. I think actually the snapshots are more hassle because you've got to sift through all the crap stuff that you get back from it. And then you build up this hype, and then there are people that just complain when it comes out. But yeah, no, I think closed betas are the way to go. I've been thinking about this for a while. I've put a lot of thought into it. Feedback as possible. You open to everyone. Yeah, but you don't get feedback then, though, do you, Animal? You just get trolls coming in and... Because then you're opening yourself up to the public before the game is ready. So then you get criticism with bugs and things like that. It's the same issue that people have with early access games. With companies that have with early access games. I'm not a huge fan of early access. I much prefer closed beta. As long as the game developers will listen to the constructive criticism and the members of the closed beta are giving constructive criticism. That's why the problem is. Agree with it up to a point. More bugs to be reported, more opinions will be heard. Not just a few opinions will make the game. Well, here's the thing though, Animal. There were loads of bugs in the snapshots that we just had, right? There were loads of bugs. And there are bugs in this version of Minecraft that didn't get caught in the snapshot. So the snapshots obviously aren't getting rid of the bugs anyway. I think if you've got a small, concise player group that are release, that are doing a closed beta snapshots, and then you can open up to a wider people, and then wider and wider until you do it to full release. That's the way forward. Just the snapshots are not. What other game? Actually, no. There are a few that do it, that do like these snapshots things, but nothing as high profile as Mojang. You look at. I can't think. The problem is Minecraft's so unique at this point because it's so different to what it was when it was released, and it's got such a big following. I can't think of any other game that quite has the caliber of following and is constantly changing. So it's difficult because Mojang, yeah, Mojang are kind of like, they're the only ones that are doing this. It's a weird mix match, as normal indie games are small. Yeah, it's usually indie games that do it. Wait, it's a big indie game dev company. Mojang? I wouldn't say... No, because it's run by Microsoft, and I wouldn't say that that was an indie game dev company. Indie is independent, right? So that means that they don't have a publisher attached. You have to develop the game and then publish it yourself. So, Kerbal isn't an indie game, because that's attached to, is it Ubisoft? No, it's not Ubisoft. Who does Rockstar? Don't know. I can't remember. Oversight from you. Yeah, so Minecraft absolutely isn't an indie, and it's definitely not a small game. It's a big game. It's a big league game. But here's the thing: it's not a AAA game, right? Like it's not say like on the same level field as Battlefield that has a ridiculous amount of money pumped into it. I would say that the funds for that Mojang get probably are not very high. You don't get that much funds in. I think that's why they do the... So again, to play devil's advocate, because I don't necessarily agree with this opinion. There are pros and cons to every argument, right? But you do have to look at it from... So I'm looking at it from a fan point of view, but if you look at it from a business model point of view, the smart thing, because well, the smart thing to do as from a business point of view is make these updates DLC. Make like if you're gonna do such a big update like caves and cliffs, do it properly and then sell it as DLC. And you know what? I'd buy it. I'd buy the DLC for the caves and cliffs update. Wouldn't you? I would. Hell yeah. I'd put money into it. Because where else are Mojang gonna get their money from? Where do they get their money from? Well, I suppose they've got all the other games that they... Dungeons. I think Dungeons has quite a lot of... But I don't think that's got a huge following. Realms, yeah. Merch, that's a good call. I wouldn't say they would get that much money from merch, Gandalf. Realms. I think Realms, yeah, but... Does anyone really use Realms though, Animal? Because as far as I'm concerned, if you're running a server, you run your own server. You don't really go mess around on what Realms. I've never been on Realms. Bedrock Marketplace. Well, this is the thing. They were trying to get Bedrock to replace Java, and it didn't work because the fans didn't want it. Skins, maps, etc. cost on Bedrock. Interesting. Didn't know that, Turing. Yeah, another reason why I don't want anything to do with Bedrock. No, I think doing it kind of how Kerbal did with, like doing different DLC updates kind of thing. So like making history patch and so having like a caves and cliffs update that can add all these little things, like maybe give a reason for lightning rods and copper and things like that, but you know, have a DLC and say like, right, this is the next pack of blocks that we're releasing. It's the copper blocks, but instead of it just being copper, you would have like all the different cut versions of copper and things, or the deep slate pack where you can get where you get deep slate. But then the problem is that when you're running like a super long world and then all of a sudden there's a new DLC, that is the DLC going to be part of that generation, like terrain generation? Will you... I suppose it would work the exact same way that it works now. You'd have to go to the new areas that haven't been generated. Make a lot of money from merch or lawsuits about merch. I don't know. That I was generally asking. I wasn't trying to correct you, Gandalf. Merch is probably a good one, but like I don't think that's not their bread and butter though, is it? Actually, because I would be... Yeah, no, I bet they do sell the Minecraft brand quite a lot. Yeah, there is a lot of Minecraft branding around. I bet you're right, actually. Merch is probably one of the bigger things. Lego Minecraft is a good piece of merch. I've never done Lego Minecraft. Minecraft books, yeah. There are quite a lot of Minecraft books, but yeah, again, I don't use them. So you've got someone here, like I'm a prime example of this. Like you've just listed loads of business plans here. Really, their target audience should be me. I've got a fairly steady income. I love the game. I play it a lot, and they're not getting any money from me. It's all free updates. So their current business model isn't working, I don't think. I don't think it's tapping its potential. But yeah, merch aside, I don't know, like just like a £5 DLC for like a huge like overhaul of the caves. £5 DLC, and then you get like a new biome or something like that. That would be really interesting. To not put everything into DLCs. It is very rare to forget. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you look at like Euro Truck Sim. Look at Euro Truck Sim. They have loads of DLCs. You get a whole new map, like a whole new, like you get the whole of Iberia coast for DLC. And they're fairly cheap. They're not too expensive, and I buy them. So yeah, I think that's a better way to do it. And then because it's a DLC, you want to make sure that they're closed betas. WOT is free. I don't know what that is. What's WOT? What? World of Truck? World of Tanks? Is it World of Tanks? I don't know much about World of Tanks. Yeah, World of Tanks. I don't know much about that. Speed running will be a mess. No, it wouldn't be a mess. It's no more than a mess than what it already is. You've got so many different categories for speedrunning. You've got the 114 speedrunning category. You've got the 116 speedrunning category, which is the one that Dream cheated in. You've got pre 1.9 speedrunning category. You got the Bedrock speedrunning category. It wouldn't make any difference for speedrunning. Absolutely not. Annoying on YouTube and Twitch. What DLCs do you have? Well, it's already annoying on YouTube and Twitch because it's like, is this vanilla? Is this modded? No difference. No different. No different. It's the same for Kerbal Animal. It's the exact same for Kerbal. That would be no different. You're just trying to cherry pick ideas to argue against my argument now. Notch made some rules. Microsoft would run it differently and max the profit. I think, actually, Turing, I think you're onto something there. I think when Notch sold the rights for Mojang and stuff, and Minecraft to Mojang, I think there was a lot of things that he stipulated when he put it in the contracts, because they have for a very long time tried to change like the base code of Minecraft and all sorts of stuff while they were trying to push Bedrock and things like that. And I'm not sure whether there's like legal rules why they can't do the DLCs and things. I wouldn't be surprised actually if that wasn't if that was the thing. But you reckon Microsoft would maximize the profits? So I'm going to ask a question. Why do you think Notch built the game? Why did he make Minecraft, Turing? Why did he make Minecraft? I'm generally asking. I'm not like I want to start up the topic because I'm actually quite interested what you think. Because I think in the grand scheme of things, you probably know more about Minecraft than I do. Maybe. I think we have different outlooks on Minecraft, don't we? So you've got more of a technical player and more of an aesthetical player. As a small project. He made it as a small project, but then it became popular. So what, did he make it just for the fun of it? It was his little project. So it wasn't something that he was interested in selling then. So he didn't sell it at first. Was it something that he sold like straight away or what? I mean, how did that work? Because my point is that it doesn't matter the reasons behind it. If he was selling it to or was it open source? Was it open source when he first started? Was it an open source game or did he start selling it like straight off the bat? With a small team, then Jeb was hired. You see, I don't know much about the history of Minecraft. But were they interested in selling it straight? He put it freely available for, and people liked it. I see. So it was open source. Okay. But then I bet, like, so that was his original idea was, oh yeah, let's work on this pretty cool project. Microsoft bought it around 1.7. Yeah, Microsoft have owned it for a very, very long time. Microsoft have. Yeah, they've been in charge of it for a long, long time. Open source is when you get the source code to it. Yeah, I know. Free of charge. You can get the source code to it. It's free. Anyone can use it. That's what open source is. It's free to use, free to be. You can't sell open source. Don't think it was open source. No. Okay. I didn't think it was either. The game was just free, so it was free to play. Okay, interesting. Okay. In the very beginning. Okay. See, I didn't know that. I didn't get into Minecraft until 1.9. So I've never known, I never knew what it was like back then. Now, here's my question. Is Minecraft better now than what it was when Notch was in charge? So that's my next question. Microsoft owns Mojang. The updates have been more content and more frequent. Yes. Better now than what it was. Right. So, I think, I'll be honest, I think it's irrelevant what Notch wants. It's irrelevant. He's sold the product, he's got his money out of it, he's probably still making money off it, right? But it's completely irrelevant what he wants. It's out of his control. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what he wanted when he first started. It doesn't matter whether he made it for money. It doesn't matter whether he made it for fun. What matters now is, I would argue, it's 10 times better. I wouldn't play... I'll be honest, I wouldn't have played Minecraft back when it was in alpha. It wouldn't have interested me. The thing that actually, the only reason I started playing it was because one of my friends was playing it. I was like, yeah, this is okay. And I kind of saw that you can maybe, like, do a few things with it. And I was like, okay, I'll try it for a bit. But it didn't stick with it. It wasn't until I really started understanding something. I don't know what really triggered it off for me. But I mean, if Minecraft had stayed the same and hadn't evolved and grew and changed and had consistent updates, I wouldn't have stuck around. Same with Kerbal. I don't think I would have stuck around with Kerbal if it had stayed the same with the original developers then. With Kerbal. Because I was around at the beginning of Kerbal. So yeah, I don't think it matters what Notch wanted for the project. Mojang has created a model that clearly works and hasn't changed it. I disagree with that. I think the hype now is a lot bigger. I think they're releasing snapshots earlier than what they ever did. So they always used to do snapshots, right? Snapshots were always a thing. But they definitely, I think they released the snapshots earlier. There's a lot more snapshots before the final update comes out. Maybe it's just because the last few updates have been bigger. Might have been because they were big updates. But the snapshot period of the next update lasts for months and months and months and months and months and months and months, right? And by the time the actual update comes out, everyone knows everything about it. And, yeah, it's a little bit... It always feels anticlimactic. Always. Every update feels anticlimactic. The exception, that, at least me personally for this, was probably 1.14. But that was because I wasn't playing Minecraft in 1.13. I wasn't I stopped playing Minecraft. I got bored. It was boring. There wasn't really anything else new for me to do, at least, I found. Now looking back, there was. I could have pushed forward with like redstone stuff and learned learnt all sorts of things. But it wasn't until the 1.14 update that I felt justified, because I really didn't know anything about the update, and I think my main thing is because I wasn't watching any of the content for Minecraft. I was playing other things. The model of buy the game and get free updates. Yeah, that's not changed. You're right with that. .8. Interesting, because my first. So I've never known Minecraft without Microsoft behind it. Then I've never known Minecraft without Microsoft. But I'll be honest, I don't think Microsoft really have too much to do with the Java edition of Minecraft. I think that's just left down to Mojang. I think Mojang pretty much... I think Microsoft just say, right, yep, get on with it. I don't think they interfere. They definitely interfere with Bedrock, because that's all built for the Windows 10 system. Right? I think Mojang has a lot of control over themselves. Yeah, I think they do. I think they've been, like, with Java, with the Java edition. Windows 10, Xbox, yeah. Well, all consoles, any console. Well, Xbox is just a simplified version of Windows 10, so that's why I said Windows 10. Biggest problem with adding DLC in Minecraft is that they have to build the existing model over 10 years. They've built the existing model over 10 years. So just because something's been going for 10 years doesn't mean you can't change it, Gandalf. That's actually a really silly thing to say. In business, that's a really bad thing to think about. It's like, well, we've been doing it this way for so long, so we may as well keep doing it this way. What's the point in change? Yes, but the Minecraft community is used to it, so? I don't give a fig's Noonan about the Minecraft community. There is a skeleton somewhere in here. Upset faces. Minecraft community is always upset. They're always going to be upset. I think this whole conversation is... Ah! This whole conversation proves that point. I don't know. No, my main problem is that the last few updates have felt like... you know what I mean? Like, it's just felt very anticlimactic. And the main issue, the reason why it's so anticlimactic is because everyone knows what's gonna happen. Like, okay, everyone's got themselves all hyped up for this. Everyone knows what's happening with Minecraft, with the Minecraft update. So then everyone tells everyone else, "Oh, you're going to be really excited. You're going to really like this update. It's the biggest update ever, ever. This is the best update." And then when it comes out, you get a little bit of dripstone, you get a little bit of deep slate, and then the rest of it's garbage. In fact, actually, the dripstone's garbage. I really don't like dripstone. Don't like it. You get shitty goats that don't do anything. You get broken promises. You get the copper. I like copper. Copper's pretty cool. But then with the DLC system, I can opt out of dripstone. I could opt out of copper. You know what I mean? I don't have to play with those blocks in. Closed beta, but not the DLC. Yeah. Well, it was just an idea. I do like the idea of doing DLC, because you can opt out of it. You don't have to. You don't have to have. Not everyone has to be running the same thing. Maybe the vanilla game of Minecraft could just be what it used to be. You know. And then you can have like you could have had like a villager. The Villager and Pillagers DLC. Where maybe they do something a little bit more special. Adds a new type of villager or something, I don't know. I don't necessarily think that that is a good idea. I'm not necessarily saying that that's the best way to go. I just think it's a different approach and a different look at than what Mojang's doing at the moment. Because I think the biggest problem is that everything's just so convoluted. There's just a lot going on. I don't think the current model is very good for new players coming in for the first time, because there's just so much to do. There's so much, like, mind you, Elite Dangerous is popular. Like, that's huge, you know. That's definitely more complicated than Minecraft. But for a child-friendly block building game that is pretty much literally Lego, you don't want anything that's too complicated. And when I say the DLC elements, in creative you would have access to everything, right? But then it's the survival aspect that you get the DLCs for. I don't know. I just think it would be a better way of dulling down expectations. But no, I don't necessarily. I'm not 100% behind the DLC idea. I'm just trying to argue for it. DLC would work in Minecraft is that Mojang hasn't implemented them. Yeah, it might not work. I don't know. It's just an idea. I'm definitely behind the closed beta though. I want Minecraft to be doing closed betas and make it a non-disclosure agreement so that other members of the community that don't give a shit about the next update and just want to play the game aren't being constantly spoilt and badgered. Oh, look at this! The build height limit's gonna change. It's gonna change. The build height limit's gonna change? Oh, it didn't change. Okay. Oh, whatever. By capes. I think the capes are given away to pillars of the community, right? So you can be awarded a cape. You don't purchase capes. Something else that otherwise doesn't affect gameplay too much. Skins, cosmetics. Yeah, you see, nah. Do you know what? Actually, I don't think DLCs would be a good idea. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm kind of talking my way out of this argument. Yeah, because I think it's like Gandalf says. I didn't spoil 1.17, but from the little I know, I'm disappointed. It's just because it's a pile of garbage. Like there's. To be fair, I'm probably negatively influencing you as well, Gandalf. As a builder, I like some of the blocks. There's Tough Block up there as well. I love that. I love the Deep Slate. Do you know the thing that really pisses me off? The terrain generation didn't change for caves. They were promising like loads of different biomes inside caves and stuff, and I was like, yeah, that'd be awesome. New biomes. New biomes in caves. The same way that they did the biome system in the Nether, where it fluctuated depending on Y level. Official texture packs and Optifine and shaders to pay for. See, I don't think that would ever work anymore because there's too many mods that do that for free. So I don't think that would be a very good business model. And I guess the argument for the DLC is the exact same thing. There's no point because you can get the mods for free. Yeah, so actually, do you know what? DLCs wouldn't work because of that. That's a whole area that I didn't even think about. Yeah, DLCs wouldn't work. Because you would have to make it so that nobody could mod the game, really. Although that being said, it worked for Kerbal. So I don't know. Could be a way to support the devs. Well, you support the devs by merch. I think we already established that the way that Minecraft makes its money is through merchandise. That's how it makes its money, and I agree. I think that's probably one of the only ways that they make the money. I expected cliffs and caves. Yeah, instead we got goats and dripstone. So yeah, cave generation is still the exact same, but you get like little pieces like that, like copper block. In 2020, the amount of sales for Java Edition was insane. Well, this is another thing that's really pissed me off, Animal, is they've built up all this hype so that, because I think the reason why they delayed part of the 1.17 update, right? Like they split it in two. I don't care what they say about COVID. I don't care. I don't think that's a valid excuse. Everyone in the world has had to deal with it. And I don't think it's a good enough excuse to say, well, this is why we're splitting it in half. COVID is a good reason to delay something until the final product is ready. COVID is not a reason to split something in half. The reason why they've split it in half, I think, is because sales have been going up and they realized that the product wasn't going to be ready, so they wanted to build up hype. Oh, there's a new release date here, and that will increase the sales for new people getting Java 1.17. And they get 1.17 and they're pleased because it's a new update and it's a new game. But they're not the ones that are going to be disappointed. The ones that are disappointed are the loyal fan base that have stuck with the game for years and years and years and years and years, 10 years or whatever. Kerbal didn't have 10 years of mod making before the first DLC. It absolutely did, Gandalf. 100% it did. Yes, it did. When did Making History come out? When did Making History come out? The Making History DLC was from a mod. In fact, both DLCs are from mods that were made from the community. The reason why I know that is because the developers of the Making History DLC were modders before they got the job at Squad. When did Making History come out? Must be a while ago now. $2018, so it's 3 years ago, right? So that's 7 years worth of mod making before the first DLC came out. So you're not too far off. 7 years before the first DLC came out of mod making. Because the modding community in Kerbal is very, very strong. Or it used to be. It's not as much anymore, but it used to be. I mean, heck, Kerbal 2 is pretty much just built on a lot of, like, mods. It's Kerbal but with mods. Because you get the Interstellar stuff, the Interstellar mod pack, and you've got the Kerbal Realism Overhaul, like the visual mods and stuff. No, maybe not Realism Overhaul, that's the one that adds the blue planet, right? That blue planet that we live on. 2020 was the amount of sales for Java was insane, yeah. Sorry, I've not been playing Minecraft. We've been talking about Minecraft. So I'm actually going to stop streaming now anyway. But yeah, no, it's just something to think about. We've not been playing Minecraft for about an hour. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna head out.